Greetings. Welcome to EDTV News Channel, the People's Channel. In this report, we have a few stories for talk about, some shootings and some dropouts and some updates coming out of the parish of St. James, St. Mary, and St. Catherine. Stay tuned for the full reports. Blessings to all subscribers and viewers. If you're here for the first time, you can support the channel by like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. So we'll start off in the parish of St. Catherine, Spanish Town, the old capital, where one of South St. Andrew most dangerous wanted man, Andrew Powell, otherwise known as Bounty, is now deceased, was taken out in a police shootout yesterday in the old capital. So we'll get into the report. A 43-year-old man who was on South St. Andrew police wanted list for a dropout was shot and taken out in Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Saturday. He is Andrew Powell, otherwise called Bounty of Lager Road in Kingston 11. About 4:50 p.m., members of the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch were looking into reports of extortion in the old capital, St. Catherine, when their investigation took them to King Street in the vicinity of the People's Museum. They were reportedly observed a group of men fitting the description of the alleged extortionists and accosted them. The men reportedly fired at the police team and a shootout ensued. Some of the men fled. When the shooting subsided, Powell was allegedly found suffering from gunshot wounds and clutching a Smith & Wesson revolver with 4 rounds of ammunition. He was assisted to the Old Capital Hospital where he was pronounced you-know-what. The Independent Commission of Investigation has launched a probe into the matter. Now, people, this is a perfect example of the migration of these dangerous wanted men. Now, people, will move on, but still in the parish of St. Catherine. Electrician shot and taken out in Glengarve, so we'll get into the police report. The Grateful Hill community in Glengarve, St. Catherine, has been plunged into mourning following the dropout of a 31-year-old man on Friday night. He has now been identified as Leeward Davis, an electrician from Glengarve. Reports are that about 11:20 p.m., Davis rode his motorcycle to a bar in the community. As he dismounted the motorbike, he was pounced upon and shot repeatedly by occupants of a dark-colored motor car which drove away. He was assisted to the hospital where he was pronounced you-know-what. No motive has been established in the dropout of Davis. A probe is being undertaken by the Linstead Criminal Investigation Branch. Now, people, we'll move on, this time to the troubled parish of St. James. And we'll talk about one of St. James' most dangerous wanted man, Gio, who is presently in custody. So we'll get into the report. Guns seized from St. James wanted man linked to multiple crimes. Deputy Superintendent of Police Linroy Edwards, Operations Officer for the St. James Police Division, has reported that a firearm that was taken from Joseph Mackenzie, otherwise known as Gio, one of St. James' most wanted men, who was captured last month, has been linked to several crimes in the parish. Addressing Thursday's monthly meeting of the St. James Municipal Corporation, Edwards said that the firearm has been linked to 4 crimes, separate from the 3 dropout for which Mackenzie, otherwise called Gio, is now charged. 2 weeks ago, we would have arrested the parish's most wanted man, Joseph Mackenzie, otherwise known as Gio. He was featured in a number of gang situation, murders, shooting, contract dropouts, etc. We managed to arrest him and recovered a firearm, and he has since been arrested on 3 separate murder charges. Also interesting is that our firearm identification ballistic system identified 4 other incidents of the gun being used, said Edwards. The gun that E. Mackenzie was found in possession of, it was used or involved in other criminal activities, and we are pursuing those investigations also. Job well done by the officers. Now, people, we'll move on, but still in the parish of St. James. 2 men shot and taken out in separate incidents in the parish. So we'll get into the report. The community of Hurlock in St. James was rattled by 2 dropouts on Friday night, which occurred some minutes apart. According to a police report, the 2 men, both of Hurlock addresses, have been identified as 20-year-old graphic artist Ronaldinho Edley, otherwise called Mike, and O'Neill Owe. In the first incident, which occurred about 8 p.m., Owe and other men were at a bar in the community when a Toyota motor car drove up. The armed men reportedly exited the vehicle and opened gunfire at the group, hitting 3 men. They were then escaped. The police were alerted, and upon their arrival, the men were taken to the hospital where Owe succumbed to his injuries. 2 other men were treated. Shortly after this, the police were called in relation to the incident involving Edley about 8:30 p.m. Residents heard explosion and alerted the lawmen. They found Edley lying on the roadway in the community with gunshot wounds to the upper body head area. He too was taken to the hospital where he dropped out. Investigation continued into both matters. It is unclear if the incidents are connected. Now, people, last but not least. So we'll talk about a situation where it's grief, relief, and pain. So we'll get into the report. 2 days after 19-year-old Kristen Steele and her friend Omar Skyers were swept away by a heavy water in Wagwater River in Castleton, St. Mary, her body was found miles downstream by a farmer on his way to his farm Saturday about noon. However, even after the continuation of an intense search which began on Friday, Skyer's body had not been found up to Saturday evening. After learning that her daughter's body was found, Alison Spratt burst into tears. At the same time, she was glad to have received some sort of closure and was grateful to the farmer and another resident and firefighters who risked their lives by bringing Steele's body across a river that appeared to set to go in speed. Barrington Shaw, the farmer who lives in the community, residents refer to as Thousand Pen, located near Friendship Gap, where Steele's body was spotted on the bank of Flint River, told the news media that it was very important to get the body across the river before it began to rain heavily, as that could have been led to the body being washed away and possible never been found again. I came down on the other side of the river to look about my farm, and I saw the John Crow them a fly, and so I said something wrong over there, sir. I had to make sure it was a body before I made an alarm, Shaw said. At 2 times she washed away, remember say from Thursday she washed away and lodged somewhere up so, and then the river bring her come here, he said, pointing out that the water had carried Steele's body about 6 miles to the spot where he was found. Yesterday, she was not at the spot. I saw something and said it looked like somebody, and I want to rectify it. I called my daughter and told her, and we went over there, and she called the police. If them did wait too long, we would stay here and see the river gone with her. That are the danger. The river was on the way to take away the body again. Like how she stayed now exposed, she would go back underneath when the river come down and say, him ready. Only thing him can ask is who ready, Shaw stated. Very, very sad story, people. And also hope the search successful and find her friends, Kyers. You know what I'm saying, people? Please leave a comment in the comment section and tell me what you think. One aim, one God, one destiny. Walk good, talk good, live good, blessings.